The night Malia placed her office badge on the desk, no one realized what would stop the next morning. Novacore Solutions looked stable from the outside, but internally it was collapsing slowly. Deadlines were missed, clients were frustrated, and departments worked in silos, blaming each other for failures no one fully understood. Malia Khan was 34, quiet, observant, and dangerously competent. During her interview, the CEO told her they needed a miracle. Malia replied that miracles fade, but systems last. That answer didn't impress anyone in the room, but they hired her anyway. During her first month, she made no big changes. She watched. She listened. She walked through departments and noticed how most of the real work happened outside official processes. What kept the company running were personal shortcuts, private spreadsheets, and unspoken fixes. That's when she met Ethan Walker, a senior analyst who understood numbers the way others understood language. Ethan warned her that fixing the system would make powerful people uncomfortable. Malia simply replied that discomfort was proof she was looking in the right place. From that moment, a quiet partnership began. Ethan never chased attention. He believed systems mattered more than titles. When Malia pointed out that 3 departments reported the same metric with 3 different numbers, most managers got defensive. Ethan backed her with data. He showed how flawed reporting created bad decisions. One evening, Malia shared her real plan with him. She wasn't replacing systems. She was building a new operational layer above them, something cleaner, smarter, and independent. Ethan understood the risk immediately. If it worked, the company would depend on it completely. Malia knew that too. She told him dependency was only dangerous when control belonged to the wrong people. Together, they worked quietly. Pilot dashboards. Test data. Late nights. Within weeks, delays dropped and clarity increased. People trusted the numbers for the first time. Yet as success grew, Malia's name disappeared from conversations. Executives praised the tool, never the architect. Ethan noticed. He warned her that being invisible could become dangerous. Malia answered calmly that credit mattered less than leverage. Ethan didn't fully understand yet, but he would. 6 months later, Novacore had transformed. Decisions were faster. Clients returned. Investors relaxed. But a dangerous assumption formed at the top: the system belonged to the company. In reality, it was licensed through Malia's private firm, protected by contracts few had bothered to reread. Ethan knew this. During the annual event, the CEO announced his son would take over operations. Applause filled the room. Malia stood silently at the back. Ethan caught her expression and knew something irreversible had just happened. Later, the CEO handed Malia an appreciation envelope. Inside was a luxury dinner voucher. It wasn't gratitude. It was dismissal. Malia didn't argue. She didn't complain. That night, she opened the admin panel and activated a clause meant for moments like this. Before leaving, she sent Ethan one message: tomorrow will be interesting. At 9 a.m. the next morning, nothing crashed. It simply stopped moving. Dashboards loaded, but no new data appeared. Reports froze. Approvals stalled. Panic spread. The CEO called Malia. She explained calmly that this wasn't sabotage, it was contract enforcement. Ethan stood on the operations floor explaining the reality to confused teams. For the first time, people understood where the company's heartbeat lived. An emergency meeting followed. Lawyers. Board members. Executives. Ethan sat in, silent until necessary. Malia made one thing clear: removing her authority triggered consequences written into the agreement. Anger filled the room, but logic won. Ethan finally spoke. He said the company had no backup system, no replacement plan, and no one who truly understood the platform. Silence followed. Negotiations were tense. Malia didn't raise her voice. She didn't plead. She outlined value. A long-term contract. Clear authority. Public acknowledgement of system ownership. The CEO saw ego. The board saw survival. Ethan supported every claim with data. Eventually, the agreement was signed. Fees increased. Authority was restored. Respect returned, quietly. That day, Novacor admitted what it had ignored: Malia wasn't replaceable. Neither was Ethan. He was promoted shortly after, not for loyalty, but for clarity. Months later, the CEO's son quietly exited the company. Malia framed the dinner voucher and hung it on her office wall. When Ethan asked why, she said it was a reminder. When someone underestimates your value, don't argue. Build something they can't run without. Novacor continued to grow. Malia and Ethan remained steady, professional, untouchable. They understood a truth most executives never learn: power doesn't live in titles. It lives in systems. And whoever controls the system controls the game.